and welcome to our Conversations and Stories. Today I have my good friend Amy with me. Now, Amy, apart from being an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and the mother of 3 children, she and her husband Hoodie they oversee growing champions in Australia. And we'll come back and talk about that a little later. So welcome, Amy.
Thanks, Beth.
Nice to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, would you like to tell me what you believe about children being spiritual?
I think all children are spiritual. They're so discerning. They have no filter. They see so much in the unseen, and they are just very aware of who's around them, what's going on. And I think that we have to listen to our children when they're telling us who they feel comfortable around, who when they're quiet or when they're extroverted and having fun, and how they're observing things, because not only do they see the world in a completely different light, but they're also exposing us to more of who God is and what He's created and what they can see and what they notice more than we see and notice. So I think they're so much more intelligent spiritually than we are a lot of the time, because we have so many filters on, or just what we've been through in life or whatever that might look like, and they're just so aware of what's happening around us. So I think all kids are spiritual.
Awesome, I agree. 100%. I think they are spiritual and aware of the unseen realm from the moment they're born.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, look at where they just came from.
Yes. Exactly.
They expose heaven to us more than we even realize, whether you're brought up in a Christian home or not, because they see the beauty of the world before the world starts to show them what they think beauty is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I really agree with you about that. I think the children can be aware of the heavenly realm, the Holy Spirit, even though they haven't actually decided to follow Jesus yet, even though they haven't actually been brought up in a Christian home.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. I find that incredibly exciting.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because they just know these amazing things, and you know, they pick up on certain things about people, or they can tell by your mood or whatever, and they just know how, like, what to say sometimes, and it's sometimes just Jesus talking through them to you, and you're like, well, I need to tune up, or wow, I really needed to hear that, and that comes out of the mouths of our children, and we'd be foolish to ignore it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really good point. Do you have any examples you can talk to us about how your children maybe picked up on something somewhere with somebody or in some place they went to, that they reacted to something?
Yeah, I think not a specific example that I can think off the top of my head, but definitely we have helped cultivate the village of who is around us by how our kids respond to people. Are they 100% themselves around them? Do they feel safe with them? Do they, you know, what's their family like? Can we involve their whole family in our world? And I think what also can they bring to us that our kids need that we're not able to give to them? And I just think by who they feel most comfortable with and safe with, you know, we've been able to really bring a great village around our home, because you can't have everyone. And there's a village for everyone. Everyone belongs somewhere.
So, Amy, you have 3 children.
Yeah.
You have Ruthie, who is 7.
Yeah.
Just turned 7.
Just turned 7.
You have Ava, who is
10.
10.
Yeah.
And you have Roman, who is
9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you give us some examples of how they hear from God?
Yeah, well, Ava is our prayer warrior in our home, and she's always praying over everything and everyone. And an example she even gave to us the other day was that she was praying that the weather would be nice for Ruthie's birthday, and it was. And it was like, wow, God showed me that He's listening to my prayers, and that was amazing. Then our Roman, he has severe autism and he's nonverbal. So the way that we are learning how he experiences God is one, I've always just wanted to see an angel, random, but anytime he has a favourite toy, he always takes it to a particular part of the house and he'll lift it up and he'll smile and he'll dance and he'll laugh, and I'm like, wow. He's just showing God, like, and his angels, like, look at what I've got, and he can see it. Like, we totally believe that. Amazing. And then our Ruthie, obviously, she's still learning and understanding. She's like, well, we read the Bible every morning and every night, and we pray all the time. And I just think she's very creative, and she keeps us on our toes with her one-liners, but in that she's very joyful. So I even just think her personality is a representation of who Jesus is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you're pretty intentional about reminding your children about Jesus, that He's with them. What sort of things do you do to remind them?
So, well, we read the Bible at breakfast, we read the Bible before we go to bed. And so I think it's an important thing to do, because as we view these Bible stories, we can actually put them in our everyday life. Remember when this happened for this person in the Bible? Well, look, it's happening for us. Well, how did they respond? Well, let's look at how we can respond. And I think it might not be a serious conversation, but we're intentional about, hey, like, there's an ambulance going past. We're going to pray for these people. We're going to pray for the doctors. We're going to pray for their peace of mind and clarity, and that the people are going to be healed, and that they have the best support around them, and that they get to go home quickly. And we, always looking at things. How cool that Jesus created this leaf. Look at all the veins in it, and things that, might not seem massive, but actually in the scheme of things, He created it. So it is big. Yeah. And I guess we just, we want to keep our home a joyful place, a safe place, and we want our kids to love being at home. And so with that, we intentionally create fun, and we also let them get bored to create their own fun. Yes. And I think with that, we're using our imagination. God has given us this, so we just got to keep practicing it. So
keep practicing it.
Practicing it.
Practicing.
So just little things like that.
That's awesome. So I just love the way all our children are so different.
Yes.
Each of them are so different in the way in their relationship with Jesus. And each one is so unique. And so, as you say, we can't put children in a box. No. We have to allow each one of them to grow in their relationship with Jesus at their own pace and in their own way. And so also validate what each child brings to the conversation.
Totally, because I think when it comes to their relationship with Jesus, we can't say it's wrong.
No.
And I think if you look at the world, everyone is trying to put everyone in a box so that they fit.
Yes.
So, you look at our kids, well, the school system caters to 20% of kids. You've got this other 80% that are just trying to get by, where, they might be hands-on learners or visual learners. And then you've got kids who, obviously, in our circumstance, we have a child with additional needs. Well, his needs, like, it looks different. So he looks different. So it's obvious, but for him, people put him in that box of disabled. And then we have, you've got your work. The job is 9 to 5. Then what's outside of that is, cleaning, groceries, whatever that might look like. But then I think when it comes to God, we're always trying to be like, you preach a message, you sing praise and worship, and you're done. But what we forget is that he actually doesn't have limitations. So, sometimes I think, just look outside your window. Like, you'll be able to see what he's going to provide. It's limitless. So if we're putting that on our kids, then we're actually putting them in a box of how their relationship should be. I don't want to be like that. No. Because I think we miss out too. We miss out on experiencing who God is and what he is, and he's different to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And he, as you say, it's limitless.
Yeah.
And I love it that we can develop a lifestyle of conversations with God, a lifestyle of being aware of him wherever we go, whatever we're doing.
Yeah, totally.
It's not just, he's not just at church, or he's not just in Sunday school. Yeah. Or, he's with us all the time, everywhere.
Yeah, and even like when we go on walks and we see a feather and we'll pick it up, like, oh, there's an angel close. Like, it's simple. It doesn't have to be these big, knock yourself out experiences, which are great, but we have to develop the simple experiences too. Otherwise, we're always going to be looking for the next big hit or the next big high. Yes. We're going to miss out on everything else.
Exactly. I love that. So, Amy, how do you like to best hear from God yourself? What do you like to do?
That's a great question. I think it depends in the season that I personally am in. Sometimes I feel like when I just look at the ocean, you feel a calm sense that he's surrounding you. You've taken your mind off yourself and you're just watching the waves, and I feel like it's almost an emotional process sometimes, just watching this. Other times, especially if we don't get to sleep a lot, and I'm like, God, I just really need to hear from you. I actually need you to show me in a dream tonight, because I have zero capacity to listen. And then obviously in his word, because it's important. So every morning I make sure I read something, and then obviously just listening to praise and worship. Usually there's a song that'll be speaking to me at the time, and I just listen until I'm done.
When you say you ask him to speak to you in a dream, do you get dreams? Do you dream often? Do you really? Oh, I'm so envious, because I don't dream that much.
Come on, Bev. Time to shake up that prayer life.
But I do pray.
Not all my dreams are godly dreams, but when I specifically ask for it, yes. May not be the first night, but definitely in the next night or two, because I'm believing for answers for different things. And when you're tired, you miss what the answers are, and I don't want to miss that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Bible says that I sleep, but my heart is awake.
Yeah.
And that's how you can talk to us.
Totally.
Amy, you said that you read the Bible with your children a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular kind of Bible that you read with your children?
Well, confession, Hoodie reads the Bible with the kids a lot.
Great, Hoodie.
But we do the outworking of it in the day.
Brilliant.
But we have a study Bible that we've read for at least the last 4 or 5 years with the kids. And
is it a children's Bible?
Yes.
Or just, okay.
It's a children's Bible. It has story. It has a few questions in there. Okay. It has, what else does it have, Ava? It has the prayer at the end that you can pray. Okay. And it's really interesting because it'll be like, I'm trying to think of a quick example, but even like Noah's Ark, then some of the questions are like, what's your favourite animal?
Okay.
What do you think this looks like? So it's really interesting to hear the kids' opinion every night. And then before they go to bed, we always say, you're all amazing children of God, you're blessed, you're highly favoured, and you have an incredible plan and purpose in your future. We love you very much. Good night. It's now become a bit of a competition who can say it the fastest, but the most important thing is they know it. So
That's the most important thing. That's so great. It's like a declaration every night.
Yeah. So
Yes.
before we had our kids, Hoodie said, I want something that we say over them every night.
Yeah.
And we brainstormed a few ideas and that was it.
That was it. Say it again.
You're all amazing children of God. You're blessed. You're highly favoured, and you have an incredible plan and purpose in your future.
Love it.
We love you very much.
Ava, would you like to come? Parents, this is Ava.
This is my eldest baby.
Now, would you like to come and tell us? I noticed you wanted to add to that. No, you don't want to. Can you sit like on that knee of your mother? Yes, so we can all see. So Ava, say hi to all the parents.
Hi.
Did you want to say something about that Bible reading or what you like about it?
Yeah, well, at the start of the Bible, there's always for parents about it, like about the story.
Okay.
And
Cool.
yeah, it's like one page, but it's like a little Bible.
okay.
Which is cool.
Okay. So Ava, what is your favourite way to hang out with Jesus?
Well, I really like to pray to him,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice as well.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So where are you when you pray to him?
Well, I'm either like in my bed, in the car,
Mm-hmm.
on
Cars
the
are good
couch,
places. On the couch.
stuff like that.
Anywhere. And how does he talk to you?
When I pray,
Yeah.
after I finish the pray,
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Okay.
So as Mum was saying earlier about we prayed for my little sister's birthday
Yeah.
to be right,
Yeah.
I had a feeling that it was after I prayed that it was.
Okay. Okay. I love that. So you get a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Ding, ding, dong. Now, I also know that you love to worship. Yeah? Where do you like to worship?
Well, normally it's at kids' church or in the car.
In the car? Kids' church? Cool. What kind of music do you
Well,
like?
I like dancing music.
Dancing music?
Who has the better taste in music, Mum or Dad?
Oh, Mum.
Hoodie, told you so.
Well, Dad's got a very different way with music.
It does. In what way is that?
Boring.
I think we should have had Hoodie here to defend himself. Tell me, what is your most favourite thing about Jesus?
Well, I love that when we go, like when we die and go to heaven, that he will always be there, and
Yes.
that nothing bad happens.
Yes,
So that's what I love most about him,
that's
and
awesome.
also that he listens to you when you pray,
Yes,
and that
he does indeed.
he tries his best to do it.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Just like he did. He gave you good weather for Ruthie's birthday at the zoo. Yes. He's amazing. I love him. Would you say that he's a good friend to you?
Yes.
What makes a good friend?
Well, a good friend is someone who would listen to you,
Yeah.
someone who would respect you.
Yeah. Good points. Someone who knows you, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind,
Someone who's
thoughtful,
kind. Yes.
and someone who loves you
Yes.
and loves to do things with you and
Yes.
always wants to organise something.
And always wants to organise something. Oh yeah? Jesus is pretty good at that. So tell me something. You go to church. Do you like going to church?
Yes.
That was a definite yes. What do you like most about church?
Well, I like that I can hang with my friends there,
Yeah.
and that I get to like talk to them, hang out with God, do lots of different things, and I meet lots of different people there as well.
Awesome.
So
Church is good like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Amy, how do you see the role of church in your children's lives?
I love that the church can be a part of our village in inputting confidence in our kids as they walk out their everyday life. I love that the church is a great place for them to meet friends and that they're with like-minded people and you know, they want to always be lifting each other up and encouraging each other. And I also love that, especially as the kids become teens and all of that, church becomes a safe place to go.
Yeah.
And it's not the alternative, it is where they'll be planted.
Thank you so much, Ava and Amy,
Thanks, Beth.
for joining us today. Thanks, parents, for joining us for another conversation and stories. We'll see you next time. Bye.